Right, very good morning. So, lots of things to talk about. However, number one on the list, Newcastle on Saturday. Well, we're away back in London, Crystal Palace. And because of what happened with West Ham, well, we're starting again. So, we need 3 points in the bag. And the hope is this. On Saturday, we can get goals galore. Now, one of the things I want to see is Harvey, Anthony, Alexander, and Callum Wilson, because he is back. I want to see a concerted effort. I want to see us win, and I want to see us win with a clean sheet. What I'd like, if I'm brutally honest, is this. I want to see Harvey on the score sheet, Alexander on the score sheet, Callum, whether he is going to get on the score sheet, that depends on him, how much he wants it. But I do want Anthony on the score sheet as well. And here's the thing, for 2025, we have Sean Longstaff, who will run and run and run. But we also have Joe Willock. Now, where our national squad is, we've had Tino Livramento playing for England. We've had Lewis Hall playing for England. And we all know Anthony Gordon has also played for England. But I want, and I really do want this with all my heart, Sean Longstaff to get a call-up. I also want Joe Willock to fight hard to get a call-up. Because we're saying in the last match, I think it was 1996, where we had so many players, I think it was 3 at the time, who were playing for England. And I want to be able to see other players also. And the next round for, I think it's March for England. So they've got a lot of hard work to put in and a lot of goals to score to get into the thinking of playing for England. Now, what I want to see with Newcastle United is this. Goals. We did try when we played West Ham. We came close several times, but we just couldn't finish and put the ball in the back of the net. That has to change. And here's the thing, right? I want Newcastle United to rise up the table. That's why I sing about it on my YouTube channel. Hashtag Paul Gallant 3675. I want us to be successful. Now, Saturday's match against Crystal Palace, that's our first opportunity. We need to rise up the table to prove to those upstairs in power the players can do it. I know they can do it. but the players have to prove it. So, hopefully on Saturday, 3 points in the bag, so we can climb the Premier League. Now, as you saw the other day in my video, I am doing coding. Now, coding to me is alien. It's like learning a foreign language, because you're using parts of the keyboard you don't use. We don't use angle brackets, curly braces, and those wiggly lines. So I'm going to have to learn which keys to press, and there's a magic key, and that magic key is something called tab. When you've written a line of code, the computer tries to help you, and you got to press tab. Strange. However, here's the thing. I'm going to be putting in longer hours doing the coding. Why? It's not just that I want to pass the course. No. You see, by passing the course, I get familiarised with what I'm doing on the keyboard and what's on screen. It's not just about copy and paste. Dead easy, man. I need to understand what goes into the code. That's why I'm doing it. And as you saw the other day, right, there is the web development 3. There is boot camp. Well, I'm leaving boot camp at the moment. I do intend to finish all 3, but my main priority at this moment in time is complete the web development, then jump the middle block, which is boot camp, jump that onto Solidity. That's the reason why I bought it. And the reason why I bought that Solidity is there's 8 assets sitting, waiting. Now, once I've got 8 of those out onto the world markets, here's the thing. They start making money. I can sign off, so I don't have to worry about putting in a footnote. Now, to all of you out there, right, who keep whinging and keep complaining, my left eye, this one, yeah, I have dots on my vision. Now, it may be that I will have to, in 2025, start to put in drops. I'm going to ask the doctor and the optician about a spray. Can I get a spray? The reason why I'm saying a spray is this. There's a product on the market for dry eyes. In this product, you shut your eyes and as you're spraying, and what it does is it basically makes your eyes watery. Now, your eyes are important, very important, and here's the thing. If I can get it so I'm not putting the drops in, but I can use a spray, brilliant. When I left Newcastle to come here and live in Rushcliffe in Nottingham, I had to do drops in both of my mum's eyes every night. And sometimes it's hard to keep open the eyelid. It's bloody hard sometimes. And that's the reason why I want this spray, if they can do it. Because it looks as though I'm going to have that same problem with my eyes. But it's not just that, having to put drops in my eyes. No. You see, a friend up in Manchester told me about a medication. Now that medication is absolutely brilliant. But there's a problem. The problem is what it says on the box. Please do not drive or operate machinery. Now I've got that on 3 boxes of medication. And I used to have that when I was a driver up in Newcastle upon Tyne. I had that with tramadol, which is very, very strong. However, when I was in Newcastle, the gaffer turned round and said to me, I don't believe what you're doing, what you're saying. I don't believe it at all. He didn't believe, and he didn't bother to check. He didn't even believe when he sent me to the company doctor. And he was the one who turned round and said to us before I left his office. He was standing at the door to let me out. And he turned round and says, do not, under any circumstances, drive while you're on this medication. And that's why, when they did finally boot me out the door, I went to fight it. Now, I've moved on since then. And because I've moved on since then, I'm wiser. But here's one thing for you. My days of driving a bus, they're gone. I did it. I enjoyed it. I wanted that job for life. But it wasn't going to be. So, we'll move forward. I don't need to be told to retrain, because we live in a fast and changing world, which is why I have Web Development 3, Bootcamp 2024, and why I've got Solidity course. The Solidity is just for the assets. That is it. It's not needed for anything else. It is just needed so that those assets can go to market and be sold. Now, like I've said to you loads and loads of times, YouTube is only there to document what you're doing. Now, when I start selling the asset one after another, and that money comes in, that money has to be spent on materials to build. And you can laugh. You can laugh. You can roll across the floor. and laugh. But my point is this: it can only be used for that. So 2025, which is coming rather fast. In 2025, a new job is on the horizon where I'm going to be sitting indoors at a desk and doing interviews, etc. Why? Because I'm choosing to do that. A different job role. See, doing the assets, that puts you in that position of doing a new job role. So it was all about getting them done and dusted and move on. And the hope is, and it is a hope, the hope is this: as we move forward, Newcastle United also move forward and upwards. And when the assets get started to build, i.e. you see a building site and you see iron being erected into foundations, the hope is this channel grows because you're seeing it with your own two eyes. And the hope is I'm not living in a 2-bedroom flat anymore. I'm living in a farm. And that farm is going to do what farmers do: make money. But it's not going to grow crops. Different kind of farming. Harvesting energy. So that's all to come in 2025. And those of you who are going to laugh and roll about the floor, just remember, web development, pass the course, get the certificates, then move on to the Solidity. Pass that, send the assets to market and sell them. That's the whole process, and you get to see it here first. Now, the music. Yeah. Somebody pointed out some time ago, the music, hiring a studio costs money. Well, I didn't think they were going to give us it for free. So yes, it is going to cost money. Wages, money. And here's the best bit. Once that money is in my pocket and I book a studio in Nottingham, I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to use their equipment, not the amp that's in the other room. I'm going to use my guitar. Yes, I am. I'm going to use their microphones. Yeah. And I'm going to sing my songs. So, how does it all tie together? Me. That's how it all ties together. Because I am pushing to finish my course. I'm on 8% at the minute. Once I've finished the course, I have my certificates, I move to the Solidity course. And at the same time as I'm doing the Solidity course, our club, Newcastle United, rise up the table. We rise up to a point where we are guaranteed next May Champions League football. That's what I want for our club. And I also want those players, Harvey, Anthony, Jacob, Sean, Alexander, Callum, and Mickey, if he's still there. I want them to be at least on 10 goals. So it's a lot to ask. Yes, it is. It is a lot to ask. But I'm willing to put the work in, the hard work. Why? Because, as I said at the beginning, learning code is like learning a foreign language. Because you're going somewhere to a foreign country and you want to understand the lingo. So yeah, that's all to come. And more. The chance of one of you getting merchandise from my store, no cost to you. That merchandise is good quality. It's premium. And as you all know, for premium products, you pay that little bit extra. For embroidered products, you're paying about $150 extra because it's stitched. And the hope is, when I've got these 2 brand new apps built, I'm going to put money to one side for a foundation for me mum. A foundation that's going to help lots of women in the northeast of England, because that's where my roots are. That's where I was born and bred. I didn't always live in Benwell. No, I've lived in many different estates. But Benwell is going to benefit. It is. Because Benwell isn't like your Darras Halls, it's not like your South Gosforths, your North Gosforth, etc. No. Many of you know what Benwell's like. So yeah, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You can only change things by grafting hard, as I did when I was a bus driver. I grafted so hard that basically there were times where holidays came round and I went into work only to be told, see you in 2 weeks, son. Yeah. So I'm not frightened of hard work. And the hope is, in the next few years, I get the left hip done, and then I get the right hip done. Why? Because they're grinding. So, there we go. Have a wonderful day while I do my study to pass my exams. And the hope is this: you get to see everything, because I'm choosing for you to see everything. So have a wonderful day as the sun rises up and gets lighter and lighter. 2025, the hope is to be able to offer jobs. That's the hope. That's the mission So, thanks for watching. If you like the videos, simple one of them costs you nought. A simple subscribe, again, costs you nought. And I believe what I'm trying to do. I believe it because at the end of the day, I don't have a choice. I have to pass the courses to progress. And you get to see everything. So, enjoy your day.